listening to the Mark Bradford Alchemy for Life podcast.
Hey, insert your name is coming over today. Well, hey there. Welcome back. So, Mark's coming over soon. Yeah, and we're going to do the things he wants to do. He's also going to help me with some stuff. No, not a friend named Mark. It's actually me. Okay, so stay with me here. Stay with me. So, you've heard of people being a tourist in their own city. You've heard of people having a staycation, right? You've read tons of things on self-love and giving yourself me time and all that other stuff, okay? So having heard all of that stuff, what I'm about to say may not sound as crazy. When you have a friend over, they may just be coming over for dinner, or they may be somebody that's coming over out of town, or they may be someone that's coming in from out of town for about a week. So let's work backwards. If they're coming in for like a week and you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see them, let's do all the things that they want to do, right? Maybe you'll even schedule it so that their visit coincides with an event that they want to do, a play or a sports thingy or something like that, right? And so they come over and, they're a guest in your home and you get to go to these places that he wants to go to or she wants to go to and you enjoy it together and so on and so forth. And if it's a long stay, you may also coordinate something in which that person helps you do something you've been wanting to do. Now, you're not going to have somebody do all your weeding while they're there on vacation to visit you, but you may also have a friend that you've been asking to come over and they say, sure, let me come over and help you with the yard, because it's kind of quality time and they kind of like it. And it's just nice to have an extra pair of hands, right? So let's break that down into two parts, right? So the first part is having the friend over to do something fun, okay? And the second part is having the friend come over to help you accomplish something. And as you know, there are a lot of things that we can accomplish ourselves, but for some reason having a person either help us or even give us moral support makes a big difference. You could literally have someone standing around talking to you while you're working, and it makes working better, right? That's actually one of the principles that I use in the whole do it to a fault talk that I give, in which you connect something to something you want to do, and then you get it done. And I mean, I've told that funny story about emptying the dishwasher when I'm on the phone with someone, and then I totally forget that I've done it because it was so pleasurable, and I think, well, who the heck emptied the dishwasher? So now that we laid the groundwork and all this stuff and it all sounds normal, let's make it sound crazy. What if that person is you? What if the person who's coming over is you? I know, no, don't turn it off. Come on. If you treat yourself like you're a person coming over, and I have to laugh while I'm saying this because you know how this sounds, then you get a different perspective on things. Let me give you the easy one first, okay? There are probably a lot of things in your life that you want to do. A lot of fun things, If you're a mover and a shaker or somebody who, watches themselves carefully to do the right thing, and you're someone who, is always trying to be productive even on a weekend, and you're just an insufferable person like me, then you probably don't allow yourself to burn up a couple hours doing something just silly because it's just silly and enjoyable, But if your friend's coming over and he has that thing that he really loves doing, and he lights up when he does it, and well, of course, so come on over. I have that facility. I have that thing. I have a pool. I have a boat. I have a projector downstairs. We can watch a giant movie together, that Marvel movie that you love, you Marvel fanboy, you. Come on over and we'll do that. Come on over and we'll play chess. Come on over and we'll do something, right? We'll go rock climbing. We'll go for a walk. We'll go for a bike ride. So if that's you can kind of get the reward that you would be more than happy to give someone else, but wouldn't even think twice to give it to yourself, right? So what if you thought about it that way? Would you do it? Would you be more apt to do that really fun, pleasurable thing that you're just like, well, I don't know if I deserve that. I don't know. Because you'd never think to yourself, my friend doesn't deserve it. They're your friend. And I mean, if we're being honest here, aren't you just as important to you as your friend? Now let's take the other part. The other part is the part that's the not fun thing. The thing you've been trying to do that, like, oh my God, I really need to clean the basement. Oh my God, I need to tackle the spare room, and I need to get this thing going and the thing outside and all that stuff, right? I'll do it next week. I'll do it tomorrow. Unless, of course, it rains, and then I'll do it some other time. And it's things that you put off and you push because it's on your shoulders. But unless it keeps tapping at you and making you annoyed, it keeps being pushed off to the future. And then finally it gets pushed off to, okay, 2:00 tomorrow. I have to do it because if I don't, something bad will happen. Okay? So what if your friend is coming over tomorrow to do this, right? Look, I'm not asking you to go, yeah, I really need to cut the grass. So my friend Mark is coming over tomorrow and he and I are going to cut the grass. And then you ramble to yourself while you're mowing the lawn like a crazy person. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about just acting like you're having your friend, you, over. And I just have to say it that way because I'm just trying to get you to understand the metaphor of treating yourself as a separate person so that you can get a task accomplished. And you may say, well, Mark, I have full control over myself. I don't need to do this podcast nonsense where you're like, well, just, do this really weird thing and it works. Well, okay, I get it. But as you may have noticed, if you have done any of the things I've suggested in the last, 100 plus 200 podcasts, you know that this stuff works because we get into this rut of using our brain a certain way. And then we forget that we can use our brain another way. And one of the biggest annoyances that you find when you sort of open your eyes about this stuff is that other people are using your brain in all sorts of ways. Advertisers, friends, lovers, family, people that you don't know, people you work for, they are using your brain in ways that you don't use your brain. They're taking advantage of triggers and other things that even like simple phrases and words. And you're like, okay, right? So why not use that same brain access that they're using because they're an outsider? Why not use that to get the things you want? Why not use that to get a chore done? Or more importantly, for this conversation, why not use that methodology to do something fun? Instead of, oh, I really want to go do that thing, but I don't know, I should probably work on this, that, or something. Well, if Mike's coming over tomorrow and it's the only day he's available to do this fun thing, you of course would say, well, let's do this fun thing, Mike, right? So if Mark's coming over and Mark happens to be you, then you can say, tomorrow I'm going to do this thing. And again, for the 15th time, I know I'm giving you a disclaimer that this sounds crazy. It's just a way, a perspective, a method, a descriptor, a way to basically describe the same thing that you'd be doing if I said, hey, you know what, tomorrow you should really be good to yourself and show some self-love and go to that thing that you enjoy so much. Oh, okay. Well, where's the motivation there? There isn't, If it was that simple, you would have done it last week. So and as I say, with so many of these podcasts, and when I give you these kooky, crazy ideas to try, and these perspectives, try it once. Just try it once. Okay? Because I am surprised by the people who do this stuff and they never tell me. And then later on, they're like, oh yeah, I did that. What? You did the thing? Why didn't you tell? Well, I don't know. Was I supposed to? Well, yeah, kind of. So if you do these things I'm telling you about, write to me. You have 6 methods of getting, your email or direct message across to me. All of my social media stuff is out for people to see. You can write me, you can DM me, you can tweet at me. I'd prefer it was more private so that we can discuss what it is, and then you can decide whether you want it seen by the public, if at all. A lot of this stuff is just private stuff where people write to me and they say, hey, I did that thing. It's just such a cool thing to be able to see that something as goofy as looking at yourself as a separate person allows you to have more fun. or looking at yourself as a separate person allows you to get something done. So let me know, please. Hey there, thanks for listening. I always appreciate your feedback. I really, really do. Wanted to let you know that the Sword and the Sunflower audiobook won as Best New Author for 2020. My podcast is available wherever you consume podcasts, and my books are available on Amazon. Take care.